Hello. Welcome to today's session, Discover Zoho Show, a complete walkthrough. Thank you so much for joining us. In this session, we'll take you through everything Zoho Show can do, from creating slides to collaborating with your team, and finally, delivering your presentation with confidence. I'm Gautami, the host for today. With me, you have Loshni and Sini. Loshni will walk you through a live demo of Zoho Show in action, and Sini will be available to answer all your questions and clarifications about Show. So feel free to drop your questions anytime, and Sini will answer them. Before we jump into Show itself, here's a quick introduction to Zoho. Zoho is a bootstrapped and privately owned company founded way back in 1996. We are in the business for over 29 years now and have built over 55 plus apps serving 130 million users spread across 150 plus countries. And we are supported by a global team of 18,000 employees. And the best part, all our apps work together in one connected ecosystem, helping businesses manage everything from sales and communication to finance and collaboration. At Zoho, privacy isn't just a feature, it's a promise. Zoho is GDPR compliant, SOC Type 2 certified, ISO certified, and HIPAA compliant, which is an important compliance policy in the healthcare sector. Your data is protected through file encryption. So all your data is protected from transit and at rest. We are virus and malware detection, two-factor authentication, and remote device management. Zoho runs its own data centers across the world, so we don't depend on any public cloud providers. Each data center stores data only for customers in its own region. So if you're in India, your data stays in India. If you're in the Europe, your data stays within EU. Beyond compliance, Zoho's commitment goes way deeper. So we don't run ads and we never sell your data. We have consciously chosen not to run ads ever. We do not use your data for targeted advertising or third-party trackers. So when you create with Show or any Zoho product, you can be confident that your data and your trust are protected at every level. Now that we've spoken about the most important part, privacy and security, let's move on to what we've built on top of that foundation, Zoho Show. Show was launched way back in 2006, making it one of Zoho's earliest products. Show is a collaborative presentation platform that helps modern teams create, design, and deliver with ease. We've seen a steady 15% year-on-year user growth, and 82% of our PowerPoint decks, showing how many users are making the switch to Show for a simpler, modern experience. And we also cater to audiences of different sizes. So if you are an individual and a startup, you're owning a small and medium business, or you run an enterprise, Show is for you. We also cater to different solutions. So if you're from marketing or HR professional, you can use Show. We have templates also for that. At its core, Show is built around 4 simple but powerful pillars: create, design, collaborate, and deliver. These 4 stages represent the full life cycle of a presentation, from your first idea to the final delivery. Create is where every story begins, and this stage is all about transforming ideas into structure. That is why we have themes and templates. With these themes and templates, you can create presentation in a minute, so you don't have to create a presentation from scratch. All you have to do is pick the right theme or template that aligns with your story, and you can start creating presentations. Also, if you're in an organization, you can store your brand assets in library and access them whenever required. We also have data fields wherein you can store a required data and access it across your presentation. In this case, you don't have to duplicate your presentation again and again. We also have multiple add-ons to create presentations. And also we have integrations with Zapier and Zoho Flow, wherein you can connect any app with Zoho Show and create a presentation. So any action in that app will trigger a presentation here. And with this way, you can create a presentation instantly without writing any code. And And if you find all this difficult, then you can access Post ZII. We've recently added this to a feature with which you can create an entire presentation in a minute. All you have to do is enter a prompt, and a full-fledged presentation is created. You can also enhance existing content, summarize content, and also generate images. Now, once your structure is in place, it's time to design to make every slide visually striking and memorable. Show gives you shapes, multiple shapes, and data art, which has tables and charts. We also have smart elements with which you can create presentation, visually enhance the data. And you can also use diagrams to visually enhance your presentation. And if you want to add a little dramatic effect to your presentation, you can add animations and transitions. You can also use our add-ons with Jiffy and YouTube to make your presentation more interesting. And for Avjit, for flowchart, you can use diagrams. It's similar to a flowchart. Loshni in her demo will take you through that. Next comes collaboration, where your team works together to refine and elevate the message. You can share presentations securely, review and comment in real time, and also track version history so you never lose a change. You can also lock or hide slides when you're working on drafts, or confidential sections. Finally, when it's time to deliver your presentations, this is where you meet your audience. So you can publish your presentations on your blogs, social media sites, or also embed your presentation. If you want to present it to a broader audience, you can broadcast your presentation. You can also use livecast, wherein you can pop up on required slides and add a narration to your presentation. And there is also an option of custom slideshow, wherein instead of repeating a deck, you can just choose parts of slides in a deck and create a presentation. And you can also share your presentations through social media sites. Now that we've seen the 4 pillars, create, design, collaborate, and deliver, we'll see them in action. To walk us through a live demo of how all this comes together, I'll hand it over to Loshni, and she'll help you. Over to you, Loshni.
Thank you, Gautami. Hello all, I'm Loshni from the show team, and I'll be guiding you through a demo of Zoho Show. So let me share my screen. Now, this is the listing page of Zoho Show. So you'll be landed here once you sign in or sign up with Show. You'll be able to view all your recent presentations here in this window. And if you marked any of these as your favorites, you'll be able to find them under the favorites tab. And with Show, you can also work on presentations even when you're not online. So once you configure the offline presentation mode, the recent presentations you're working on will be available for you to access and edit offline. And the changes you make to these presentations will be synced back when you're back online. So now moving on to ZIAI, you can now generate complete presentations with ZIAI in Show. So I already have a prompt here. So I've just pasted it, and you can also, while giving the prompt, you can also mention what you want the presentation to have. Like I mentioned, key benefits and common challenges and best practices here. So similarly, you can also mention the slides you want the presentation to have. Then you can also set the slide limit. So I'm just going to have it as a medium. And you can also set the content tone. So if you're going to go for a professional presentation, then you can either choose professional or informative or something like that. While you're working on personal presentations, you can also go for humorous or storytelling style. So apart from that, you can also choose the visual style. If you want the presentation to have images that will be generated by AI, you can go with content and images. Or if you just want to have text, you can just go with content with placeholders. So when it comes to the design, you can also choose from different themes here. You can go for basic, bold, executive, or even minimal and quirky if you want to create or generate a personal or a fun presentation. So I'm just going to go with the basic one here. So let's generate the presentation. So now once that is generated, will be opened in a new tab and shows editor view. So from here, you will be able to edit, collaborate on, and start delivering your presentations. And also keep in mind that all the content is generated by AI, and please make sure that you double check the content since it's AI generated. So now our presentation is ready and it's completely generated. As you can see, the images are still getting generated. So let's go to the second slide. So here, let's say I feel the content is too heavy, and I think that we can summarize the content or make it shorter. Even those options are available in Zia AI. So you can just select the content, and you can go for any of these options: summarize, shorten, and enhance, or list as bullets. I'm just going to ask Zia to list it as bullets for me. So yeah, now it has listed it. So now let's say I only have few slides and I want more slides in this presentation. And let's say you don't have any ideas for those slides. You can also generate new slides based on the previous slides content using Zia. So you can choose any of the slide types, and you can also choose the number of slides you want to add. I'm just going to go with 2 slides and click on submit, and the slides will be generated for you. So yeah, we've got 2 new slides here. So this is all Zia can do for you in Show. Now, for the purpose of this demo, I'll be using another template, another business template to showcase all of Show's feature more efficiently. So here we have a sample business presentation. So this is basically a template from Zoho Show. You can get it anytime from Show's gallery. So before that, let's also have a look at Show's library feature. So library feature is a premium feature of Show. It will be available to you if you're part of WorkDrive, Workplace, or Zoho One. So here you will be able to store all your brand specific templates, slides, and fonts. So let's say your company is handling different projects and you still want to maintain consistency in your project progress update or report. So in that case, you can store that particular presentation template in your library, and anyone from any team can access it easily. Similarly, there are also slides which you can store like about the organization in the library and can be accessed by anyone. You can also store your brand fonts here. So the admins of the library will be able to add or edit these templates, while the members can request them to do those changes or add new templates. Apart from that, we also have shows inbuilt themes and templates. We have different themes which you can make use of, and we also have over 100 plus templates across different categories like project management, sales, HR, and we've also introduced healthcare recently. And if you're an individual user, we also have presentation templates for you like portfolio, educational templates, and we also have presentation templates for students. And apart from that, we also have some fun personal templates here. So now let's say you are running out of ideas while creating a presentation. Then you can also source different slides from the slide templates here. And we have different types here. As you can see, we have content slide, we have timeline slides, we have testimonial slides. And the best part is that all these templates are completely customizable, and you can just go ahead, change the color and the content, and the design is done. Now, apart from that, if you already have a presentation that you've made in PowerPoint or that you have stored in your system, you can just go ahead and import the presentation and start working on it with Show. Now, let's open the sample business presentation I have here. Again, this will be opened in Show's editor view. Let's start with the insert pane. So one of the basic things is text boxes. We have different types of text boxes here. You can use it for multiple use cases like codes or speech bubbles or anything. And we also have different symbols which you can add to your text. And then we have data fields. So data fields is a unique and more interesting type of show. So you might be wondering what data fields are. So you can use data fields to store predefined numeric and alphanumeric values and use them across your presentation. So let's say you'll be if you're working on a business presentation, you might be mentioning your contact details uh, across your presentation or towards the end. So in that case, let's say your company is MNC and you have audience across the globe, and you want to present to each of them. So in that case, you can see the address and the mail ID is all like specific to the USA. So you can just store them as data fields and switch between the data easily. So let's just create a data field here. I'm going to create a new field and I'm going to name it as USA mail, right? And since it's a direct value, I can just add the mail here. Or if you want, you can also link the data from your spreadsheet. I'll be showing that a bit later. And so let's just say you are saving this as a data field. You can insert it to your slide as and then. So to access data fields while editing your presentation slide, you can just enter a dollar symbol and you'll be able to access all your data fields. I'm going to add USA mail to this slide, and when I start presenting this particular slide, the value stored in the data field will be displayed to my audience. Similarly, you can create one for any different region and add it to your slide, and you can also change this data field and it will be displayed to your audience. So now let's say there's a slight change that needs to be done in the mail ID. In that case, you can just go ahead and click on manage and change the value here. It will be reflected across your presentation, so you don't have to edit any of these manually. Now, moving on to the link option here. So usually we use the link option to add charts or tables by sourcing data from the spreadsheet. So let's take slide 11 here. So where I'm talking about financial highlights. So to be honest, all of us, like almost all of us, store our data in spreadsheets. So which show you don't have to copy paste the data or type it from the scratch to create a chart or table. Instead, you can source the data from spreadsheet directly. So again, I'm just going to click on new field and choose the link option. And from here, you will be able to access all the sheets you have created and stored in your work drive. So let's say the 5-year projection is the sheet I need. And from here, you'll be able to select the cell range, click on select range, and and the window will show the preview of the spreadsheet you have stored in the work drive. Now just go ahead and select the cell range which you want to add to your presentation slide and click on update. So now once it's updated, you will be able to see a preview of the values here, and you can either add it as a table or as a chart into your presentation. Now I'm just going to go ahead with the chart. And now after you do that, you'll be able to choose the type of chart which you want to add. So I'm just going to go with a plain custom column one. You also have different types of chart. And similarly, we also have different types of different table presets. And as you can see, all the charts and table colors will be matched to the theme colors. If you want, you can go ahead and change it here above. Or you can also go ahead and add the table or chart and change it later. So I'm just going to add the clustered column chart here. So yes, now the chart is ready. You can also go ahead and edit the chart. You can also, edit the chart type here in the right pane. So we have a lot of customization option. You can change the gap within the charts and so on. So, and If you're new to Show, or if you haven't noticed, Show is equipped with the contextual UI. So let's say I want to edit a text. I just have to click on it, and all the text editing options will be available to you in the right pane. Now, let's say I want to edit this chart. You just have to click on the chart, and all of the editing options will be available to you here. So the thing is, you don't have to search for any of the tools or features anymore. Now, moving on, we also have external data fields using which you can import the data from CRM. So let's say you're working on a pitch deck, and you want to customize it for multiple clients or multiple leads. So in that case, you can import data from CRM. So I'm just going to have this as pitch deck. And so now we'll need to import the fields from CRM to go further. So I'm just going to import it. Once you select import, uh, you can also choose the organization that you've created in Zoho CRM. And you can also choose the module from which you want to import the fields. I'm just going to go with the leads module and click on import fields to import them. Now all the main fields and the subform will be imported. You can just go ahead directly insert the field from here, or you can close. Again, if you remember, you can just type out the dollar symbol and all the data fields will be available to you here. So I'm just going to add the company name here. So I'll select that data field. Let me reduce the font size here. And yeah, with that. Now, apart from that, let's say you also want to mention the lead owner's name here in the bottom. You can also do that since it's from the same module. You can also do that. And once it's done, start creating multiple customized text. You can go to automate and click on merge fields. So now you'll be able to view all the records that you have created in your CRM. So you can either go ahead with one record, and you can just directly start presenting it to to your audience by clicking on the play button. And as you can see, the company name and the lead owner's name has been changed here. Now, apart from that, you can also select multiple companies or multiple records and click on merge record. Now, you can either choose to have it all as a single presentation, or you can save it as individual presentations, and you can distinguish between presentation. You can have a prefix. I'm just going to have the company name as a prefix here, and let's say. So let's create the presentations. Now, after creating it, it will be stored in your work drive folder, and you'll be able to view it from there. So yeah, moving on. So this is all about this CRM integration. So let's go back to the editor, and let's talk about media. So any presentation is incomplete without visuals. So we have different media options in Show. You can either add images from your desktop, pick it up from work drive, or you can also use image URL to add it to your presentation slides. Apart from that, we also have Pexels and Giphy add-on. So once you install that, you'll also be able to source different stock images and GIFs from the Show's interface itself. So now, apart from that, under media, you also have audio and video options to make your slides more engaging. You can, instead of searching for any other third-party software, you can also record your audios and videos right from within Show, and insert it to your slides very easily. If you want to add any of your websites into your slides, you can also use embed code here and insert it to your slide. Now, we also have basic shapes and elements. You can also create a flowchart from scratch by using any of these shapes and elements. And we also have something interesting called smart elements. We have different gauges, indicators, timers, and digital clocks here. So let's say slide 4, I want to talk about a problem statement. So let's say 40% of people are going to are facing a particular problem. So usually this kind of slides are in your sales pitches or your marketing decks. So instead of just having it as a plain 40% number, you can use of the smart elements here. So you can just add a gauge, and you can have the value either as a percentage or as a value. I'm just going to go with a percentage and have it as 40% here. So if you're going to go for a value, then set the maximum value and the value you want to represent here. And the best part is that this smart element will be animated while you start presenting the slide, so you can preview the animation here. And if you feel like it's a bit too fast, you can also increase the duration of the animation. Apart from that, the smart elements are also totally customizable. You can change the color of the smart elements here. Now, another interesting part is we have silhouettes, different silhouettes which you can add to your presentation slide. We also have hand gestures and currency symbols. Moving on, in data art, we have tables and charts, which we have already taken a look at. And okay, moving on to diagrams. So let's say since this is a business presentation, let's say you want to discuss about the production cycle of your business. So in that case, instead of again having it as plain simple text or just a list of bullet points, you can make use of diagrams. So let me add a slide here. So you can choose from various slide layouts available. So I'm just going to go with the title and content one. So this is going to be about the production cycle of my business. So let me add the text. Let me delete this. So now I'm going to go to the diagram, and there are four different types of diagram by default. We have list, process, pyramid, and cycle. So since this is a production cycle, we'll be choosing the cycle diagram. You can also customize the number of level which you want the diagram to have. I'm just going to go with 5. So you can choose any of these diagrams. I'll go with the loop one for this presentation. Once you add the diagram here, you'll also be able to edit the colors of the diagrams inside. And you can also add the text here. So let's say the first step of production cycle is going to be design. So I can add it here. Let me increase the font size again. And let's say if you want to make the slide more visual, you can also add a few icons here. So to source these icons, again, you don't have go to any third party softwares, or you don't have to search for it in the internet. We have inbuilt add-ons, icon finder, as well as further icon add-on from where you can source these. So both of these are pretty similar. So I'm just going to go and search for a pen icon since it's design related. So let's say I'm just okay with this icon. I can add it to my slide. And now again, you can also customize the color of the icons too to match your presentation theme. Now, moving on, we were talking about add-ons. We also have many different add-ons. We have X add-on from where you can, search for different tweets, or you can add a tweet to your presentation slide by copy pasting the tweet's URL. So let me again insert a slide here. Yes. Now let's try adding a tweet about Zoho. Let's search for Zoho. And the recent tweets will be available to me here in the Twitter add-on. So I can just go ahead and add the live feed to my presentation. Or if I want to only display specific feeds, you can also go ahead and choose the marked X feed option. And you can add specific feeds here. And you can also, apart from that, you can also copy paste the tweets URL and just click on insert to add it to your slide. So now, once that is done, once you start presenting your slide, the tweets will be displayed to your audience. You can also pause it and play it. Now, we also have a YouTube add-on. So you can also source videos from YouTube and add it to your slide. And we also are to make it more visually engaging. If you are looking to make your presentation more visually engaging, we also have specific add-ons like Tweemoji and Humans, which you can make use of. So let me create a slide here. So delete all these. So let's say this is going to be a code slide. So let's say we are here and something like that. So I'm just going to add a text here, and let's increase the font size here. So you might feel like this slide is a bit plain. So in that case, you can make use of the humans add-on to add more illustrations to your slide. So these are completely free. And let's say I just want to add this illustration. I can add it here. So let me just, stretch it. And as you can see, the orange color in this illustration is not, going well with the theme of the presentation. So in that case, I completely customize the colors as well as the angles of this particular illustration. I'm just going to change it to green, and yes, we're done. So with show, now we have, created a good looking code slide within seconds. It didn't even take me a minute. So that's how easy it is. And apart from that, we also have emoji add-on where you'll be able to access different kinds of emojis. And if you're working on any personal presentation, or if you feel like it's appropriate to add emojis in your presentation, you can make use of these. And moving on, if you are a user within the Zoho ecosystem, or if you're a customer of Zoho One, then you will be familiar with Zoho Analytics, Zoho Sprints, and Zoho Survey. So with Show, we have also integrated these products to make presentation creation more seamless and simple. So, or if you're new to Zoho, if you're new to Zoho, it's pretty simple. As the name suggests, Zoho Analytics is advanced BI and analytics platform. So once you have integrated or once you have installed the Zoho Analytics add-on in Show, you'll be able to choose the workspace which you have created in Zoho Analytics. I'm just going to go with the sales performance workspace, and under that, all the tables and the charts and the dashboards you have created in this particular space, in this particular dash analytics workspace, will be available to you. So you can just click on add this to your presentation slide. So let me take this to the next slide or the previous slide. um, I'm just going to add this to the slide. Yeah. Now once that is done, if you start presenting this particular slide, the dashboard will be displayed to your audience. And the best part is that you can just, expand a particular part of this report, and you can also change the chart type within the dashboard. You can also sort it and so on. So it's all extremely interactive and very engaging too. And similarly, we also have survey add-on. So you can use survey add-on to import your survey results and add them to your slide. So let me add a new slide here again. Now let's say I've created a product feedback survey and I want to share the results with my team. Now after installing the survey add-on, you'll be able to view all the surveys you have created in Zoho Survey. Once I go into the survey, you'll be able to view all the close-ended questions that all the close-ended questions that are available in the survey. And let's say this final question, how satisfied are you with the product, is what I want to add to my slide. Just click on it. You can also select multiple questions at the same time, and you can select the chart type which you want to have. I'm just going to go with a pie chart and click on insert report to add it to your slide. So now after that, you can format the slide accordingly again. So that's all about survey add-on. Again, this saves a lot of time since you don't have to go back and forth. You don't have to switch between tabs to get data and again add it as a chart or a table. Similarly, we have sprints add-on, using which you can add your sprint cards and your task list and discuss it with your team. So apart from that, now we have completed creating the content. The next step is to maybe animate it. So if you want the presentation to be more, moving, or if you want it to be more engaging, maybe you would like to add a few animations to your slide too. So before animation, let's also take a look at transitions. So in the animate tab, you have different types of transitions here. And let's say, let's take, for example, the slide 11 and 12 has similar elements. So I think the morph animation will work well here. So if you're wondering what the morph animation is, if you have noticed in Gautami's presentation, she was talking about the show's feature, the core four pillars. and you can see the seamless transition between each of those pillars. So that's made with morph animation. So let's try morph animation here. So for slide 12, I'm just going to add this morph animation. Now once you start playing the slide, and to make it more seamless, you can also reduce the duration of this animation. Once you start playing the slide, the similar elements will be morphed here. So this makes your presentation more engaging and more visually pleasing too. So apart from that, you can also animate single elements within the slide. So take for example in slide 3 we have a box here. You can just add an entrance animation here. We can add a flying animation here. So it will make your presentation look more pleasing. Now we are done with the creating and designing part of it. Of course, if you're going to work with a team, then you would want to collaborate with your team on this presentation. So to first collaborate, you need to share your presentation with your team. So click on share and click on invite collaborator to add collaborators. You can go ahead and type the name of the collaborators or type the email addresses. You can also set the access level you want them to have. I'm just going to give edit access and click on share to share it to them. Apart from that, if you want to share this particular presentation with external stakeholders, you can also create a new external share link. You can give a easy reference name like I'm just going to have it as business one, and you can set the password for security reasons. You can also have passwords. You can have expiration date. You can either allow your participants to download or print the particular presentation. And apart from that, you can also request user data like name, email addresses, and phone number. So each time a person is trying to access this presentation, they would have to give you these details. So just click on create to create this new external share link. Now you can copy paste this or you can just share this link via email. Now, once you've shared your presentation, you can start working on your working with your team real time. So you can also add comments to a particular slide, or if you want to add comment to a particular element, you can also do that. So this will make the collaboration more seamless and more contextual. And apart from that, while working together, if you feel like a thing is fixed and you don't want people to mess with it, you can also lock a particular element from editing, or better, you can just go ahead and lock the whole slide so it can't be edited by anyone. Apart from that, if you're not sure about the content and if you're not done yet, and if you're not feeling free for the team to have a look at it, you can also hide that particular slide while working on it. Or the alternative is you can check out and you can start working on it. So the edits you're making will not be available to your team. So once you're ready to share the updates with your team, you can again go ahead and check into the presentation. So now once this is done, the collaboration part is also done. We'll move on to the delivery part of it. So let's say you're going to deliver this particular presentation to multiple audience. So in that case, let's say you don't want a particular slide like slide 3 and slide 2 for US audience. So in that case, you don't have to delete those slides or create a new presentation altogether. Instead, you can use custom slideshows. To create custom slideshows, go to the slideshow tab, and under custom slideshows, click on create. And here you can name the slideshow. So since it's for US audience, I'll have it as US. And you just have to select the slides you want. You just have to click on the plus button to add slides to your new custom slideshow. You can also drag and drop the particular slides. So once you're done selecting the slides, you can directly start presenting from here, or you can go back and get the URL of this custom slideshow and share it with your audience, or you can also duplicate the custom slideshow or delete it. So again, if you're going back to the editor, you will be able to access these custom slideshows. And apart from that, for each presentation, you'll also be able to add an explanation here. So what's the purpose of adding an explanation is that, so when you share the presentation to your remote audience or those who, via chat or to your audience who are offline, who are not there with you on the session, you can just add explanation notes, and while they are viewing the published presentation or the shared presentation, they'll be able to get more context by reading the explanation notes here. Now, we were talking about giving more context to particular slides. So in that case, another useful feature here is live cast. So let's say I just want to give more context to this data slide, to the survey slide we have here. Now, again, the live cast feature will be available to you under the media tab. So choose live cast, and in live cast, you can also change the shape of the camera or camera video, the live feed, and you can also select from multiple backgrounds that are available, and you can insert it to your slide. You can place it anywhere you want, and once you start presenting this particular slide, your live video feed will be shown to your audience. And also please note that this is slide specific, so the video feed will be shown only while you're presenting this particular slide. Apart from that, after, let's say you're going to you want to embed this presentation in your blog post or add it to your websites, so in that case you might want to publish your presentation. So again, to publish, on share and click on publish. So you can either publish it within your organization or to the external world. So if I'm just going to go with the external world option here, and also check the serve the latest version checkbox to make sure that all the edits you make even after publishing the presentation are getting updated, and just click on publish to publish it. So now once the presentation is published, you can also change the view type of the presentation, and to also customize the publish window, you can also make use of the advanced options. You can either have show or hide your profile picture name. You can either use Zoho branding. You can use the translate feature here, and so on. And we were discussing about the explanation feature. You can also either enable or disable the explanation option in the publish view. So once you've published, you will also be able to copy paste the link and share it with anyone via chat or your text messaging platforms, or you can send an email directly. Apart from that, if you want, you can also share it on social media like Facebook, X, and LinkedIn directly from Zoho Show. So now, apart from that, we also have embed option. So all your published presentation will also be ready to embed. You can change the size of the embed file. You can also customize the view of the embed file. You can also choose to preload the embedded file and so on. And you can copy the embed code and just paste it. So you can use it wherever you want, be it your blog posts or web pages and so on. So apart from that, you can go ahead and click done if you're done. And let's say in the future, you just want to unpublish this presentation. You don't want it to be visible to your audience anymore. So you can also remove publish at any point of time you want. So now, let's say you want to have a hybrid session with your audience. So half of your audience are with you in person, while the other half are attending from online. So in that case, you don't have to search for any third-party softwares, meeting softwares like Zoom. You can start a broadcast session right from within Show. So just click on share and you will be able to view the broadcast option. So let's start a broadcast session by clicking on broadcast. Now this broadcast window will be opened in a new tab. So you can just get the URL of the session here and copy paste it and invite your audience with the URL. You can also open a new audience window. So let me explain what audience window means. So let's say we were saying that this is going to be a hybrid presentation. So in that case, you might also want to project this particular presentation on a bigger screen. So you can use the audience window to project this slide on the bigger screen while you are running the broadcast session. And if you have any collaborators in your presentation, you can also add them as co-presenters in your broadcast session. And you can also send individual invites by mentioning the email IDs of the participants before starting the session. Now click on start session to start broadcasting. So once you start broadcasting, all the all the slide notes will be available to you in the right pane, and you'll also be able to view the upcoming slides here. In the slides preview tab, you will be able to view all the slides that you have in the presentation. And we also have a chat box here where you can have meaningful conversations with your audience while broadcasting. And under the people tab, you'll be able to view all your attendees and your co-presenters. And if you have co-presenters, you can also transfer control to them so they can also present. So apart from that, there are also small things like we have different pointers if you want to highlight a particular part while talking. And let's say if you want your audience to just focus on your narrative for a couple of seconds instead of focusing on the presentation slide, then you can also make use of the blackout option. So once you click on blackout, the slide will not be visible to your audience. And once you're done, you can just undo it. And if you're done with the broadcast session, just click on stop broadcast to end it. And once you're done, you can also allow your participants to download or save this presentation. So this option will be available to them 30 minutes after the broadcast session ends. So I'm just going to go ahead and click allow. And after that, you can just exit the broadcast session. Or the broadcast session is done. Let's go back to the presentation. Now, apart from all the features we have covered, which helps you to create, collaborate, and deliver your slides easily, we also have a Chrome extension for Show. So the first part of creating a presentation is brainstorming and drafting. So with Show's Chrome extension, see, I've already installed it here. You will be able to access all your presentations here, all your already existing presentations here, and you can start presenting your presentation or playing your presentation right from this add-on. So you don't have to open Show at all. You can just go ahead and start presenting. Or if you want to import any of the slides, any of the presentation which you have stored in your system and start working on it, you can also go ahead and do that using the extension. But the most interesting part is that you can create drafts here. So let me show you how to create a draft. We have created a draft here. You can say, let's say I want to add a text here. Now, assuming that I'm going to create a presentation about Albert Einstein, I definitely want to do some research about him. So I'm just going to go ahead and search about Albert Einstein. So let's say this is something useful which I find. I can just copy paste the information. I can just copy it and add it to my draft here. I had a draft here, so I'll just add it to my text here. And again, I can go ahead and keep on adding text and images to my draft. And from here, I can click on create to start creating the presentation using Show. And once the draft has been created as a presentation, you can just go ahead and start editing the content and working on it full-fledgedly. I think it's taking a bit of time. So yeah, let's wait. Once that's done, you'll be able to view it in a presentation. So let's see if it comes. Yes, it's taking a bit more time. I think we have a bit of internet issue. Yeah, now the draft has been converted to a presentation. I can simply open it with Show and start editing it full-fledgedly. So this is extremely useful if you're a person who is who's into researching before creating your presentation slides. So you can also install the Chrome extension of Zoho Show. With that, we have come to the end of this demo. I'd like Gautami to take over.
Thank you, Loshni. That was a very detailed demo. Thank you so much. And now let's talk about flexibility. Show works across all your devices. So with the Show mobile app, you can create presentations on the go. So if you're starting to work on your web app, you can continue working on our mobile apps or our apps and also view these presentations on the TV apps as well. And you can create, edit, collaborate on the go, whether you're reviewing slides in a cab or you're doing anything on your way, you can access Shows apps. We also have Just give us a minute. Great. We also have desktop apps. So if you prefer working on your computer, like many of you all kept asking if we have a desktop app. Yes, we do have one for the Windows. And our map app is available for early users. So we can expect it to be live by this month. And you can build and deliver presentations offline, even without internet access, and even if you don't have a Wi-Fi. And you can also use our desktop apps even without signing in. And if you want to take things up notch, then you have the Show TV app. You can turn your TV into a presentation stage and control slides from your phone or remote. And this is ideal for meetings, classrooms, or boardrooms, so there's no cables or fuss. We'll move on to pricing. Show as such isn't priced. We are a free product. But if you want to access any of our premium features, say like a library feature or the livecast feature, you need to be a part of one of these bundles. Now, Workplace focuses on team communication. This includes Zoho's Office Suite, the Writer Sheet and Show, which is documents, spreadsheets, and you can also this also has access to work drive, mail, click, and meeting. You can also have access to work drive. This is our intelligent content collaboration platform with the built-in office suite. We are also part of Zoho One, which helps you run your entire business on cloud, and it comes with 45 plus business apps that focuses on productivity. We've come to an end of the session. If you have any feature suggestions for Show, please drop in the chat box. And if you have any more questions, please let us know. And Sini is answering them right away, so he will be there to answer. Okay, great. Thank you all for your questions. And that brings us to the end of today's session. If you'd like to learn more, visit zoho.com/show or write to us at support@zohoshow.com. Don't forget to follow us on social media for tips, updates, and upcoming webinars. Thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of the day.